series. 2 more midweek shows after tonight at Lake Ozark. I am Chase Rodman, located up here in the Hasty Bake Grills booth. Got a great crowd on hand here tonight, ready to go after it for a $20,000 to win show, $1,500 to start tonight's 4th annual Beach Brawl main event. The weather looking pretty darn good here. It was a little shaky earlier on this morning. It did have a little bit of a rain shower came through this morning at the racetrack and overnight, but it has turned into a pretty solid day. 82 degrees, winds at just 10 miles per hour, and a few clouds scattered throughout the sky over the top of Lake Ozark Speedway. We've got the race schedule for you, what you're going to be expected to see here tonight. We've got hot laps and qualifying, the first thing you'll see onto the racetrack. Following that, heat races, a dash, a B main, a C main, and a 35-lap feature event. Once again, $20,000 to win, $1,500 to start. This is the first appearance for High Limit Racing here at Lake Ozark. The last race that we ran 2 weeks ago. Yeah, that was a long time ago. Eagle, Nebraska, the Eagle Nationals. Kyle Larson was the winner, and he is back tonight at Lake Ozark looking for his 3rd win in a row with the series, dating back to Lawrenceburg. So he won Lawrenceburg, he won Eagle, and now going to try and go here and win tonight at Lake Ozark Speedway. But he's going to have to go through a lot of cars. There's 44 of them here this evening in the pit area. Here are a couple of notable entries that are in the field tonight. 2KS car, Chase Randall, been fast all year long in a 410 sprint car. Ayrton Jennington, he lives just about 20 minutes down the road in Gravois Mills, Missouri. Ryan Timms is here. We got a couple of World of Outlaws drivers, the 18 of Giovanni Selzy, the 41 of Carson Macedo. A couple of drivers making their first ever High Limit Racing appearance. 25, Dason Persley, and the 50K of Kyle Bellum. 2 of those guys that fall into that category. Also have a couple of guys that run a lot around the Midwest here. The 21 of Brian Brown, the 55V of Kerry Madsen, the 42 of Cy Lynch, and so many more back there in the pit area right now, getting themselves prepared to hit the racetrack in just a few minutes for Dirt Draft Hot Laps, which is set to begin in about 12 minutes time here at the lake. Now, here's some track facts for you to take in. 1/3 mile high banked oval here at Lake Ozark, 75 feet wide around the entire racetrack. Definitely an interesting fact. This place is super, super wide, and you're going to see here in just a few minutes when we show you the highlights from last year's All-Star race just what this place can produce. The track record established by Jason Sides. That was back in 2019 on October 19th. A track record in 11.111 seconds. So we'll see if we can get anywhere near that track record. But with the sun being out in full force here today, I would be quite surprised if we got anywhere near that 11-second time set by Jason Sides. Now, Tony Laporta, you're down there in the infield. It's been 2 weeks since the series was last in action, but we are back here at a track that can put on some extremely good racing, which is what we come to expect with every Kubota High Limit Racing event.
Yeah, you're not kidding about that, Chase. It is great to be back with Kubota High Limit Racing here in 2024. We're going to talk about the track. We're going to talk about the racing. We're going to talk about all that in a moment. But this is what these drivers and teams have crammed in to the pit area here tonight at Lake Ozark Speedway for. Yeah, it's another really cool looking trophy for the drivers contesting the nightly battles with Kubota High Limit Racing. But you see that dollar value on there, Chase, $20,000. The midweek money series living up to its name. We're racing in the middle of the week, and we're paying lots of money. Lake Ozark Speedway, when we woke up this morning to thunderstorms not too far away, we weren't sure if we were going to get to race this evening, but boy, the track crew here at Lake Ozark Speedway has done a fantastic job. You see the finishing touches being put on right now. Talon Turner, a kid that we got to see in action back at Lakeside Speedway in Kansas City. That was back at the beginning of May. Talon Turner and the whole track crew here at Lake Ozark Speedway have done a phenomenal job getting this place ready. You said it already, Chase. This place can put on some very, very exciting racing, especially when it slicks off just a little bit. We have got 44, at last count, 44 teams, drivers, and race cars back there in the pit area off turns 3 and 4 here at Lake Ozark Speedway. It's a beautiful day. I'm happy to report down here in the infield, Chase, it is not 1,000% humidity, which sometimes is kind of what you come to expect when you show up to a race in Missouri in the summer months. It's really not that bad down here right now. The sun is shining. The track is getting into really, really good condition. One really interesting story back from the pit area that we'll keep an eye on as we work through the night. Chris Wyndham's team getting here probably less than 30 minutes ago onto the property at Lake Ozark Speedway. They left their Indianapolis, Indiana base shop this morning. It takes typically less than 6 hours to get from Indianapolis down here to Eldon, Missouri. But weather overnight putting down power lines and trees onto I-70 forced Chris Wyndham's team to have major delays getting down here to Eldon and Lake Ozark Speedway. They showed up about as late as you possibly could. Chris, he'd already been down here. He brought the t-shirt trailer. He was ready to go. Clinton Boyles and the team got here probably within 30 minutes of cars going on to the track for hot laps. So they are here. It will be interesting to see if getting in late affects them. I don't expect it to. It's going to be a really fun night of racing. So folks, whether you're here at the track or you're watching back home live on Flow, don't go anywhere. Race number 25 of the 2024 Kubota High Limit Racing season is coming up next.
Cars beginning to make their way towards the staging lane as more cars begin to make their way into the facility, although those are not race cars. Those are just pedestrians making their way in here, ready to take in the action with Kubota High Limit Racing here for the 25th race of 2024. And you can tell the road to get into this place, and you see right there on the left, that concrete right there, that is brand new. That concrete was poured this morning. We drove in at 11:30 this morning. There was a giant cement truck right there in the middle of the road. We had to go through the grass where those cars are parked on the left. They had just poured that concrete slab. You can tell it's a pretty narrow road to get into the Lake Ozark Speedway here this evening. And you can tell that more and more people are starting to make their way in here and get themselves prepared to see 44 of the best sprint car drivers on the planet take on that place right there. The Lake Ozark Speedway going to be fantastic here tonight. And if it's anything like this race last year, then we are in for one whale of a show. If you don't know what I'm talking about, well, take a look at this.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here at the 3rd annual Beach Brawl, it's showtime! Aaron Wright's going to win the whole shot into turn number 1. He'll lead the field to the high side as Buddy Kofoid follows suit. Here comes Corey Day. He'll go side by side with Parker Price Miller for 3rd down the backstretch. PPM shows the nose and works his way in front of him as Justin Sanders comes to life on the bottom of the track, trying to go 3 wide. Day to meet in the sandwich, give him 3rd at the start-finish line. Kofoid closing. He goes down to the bottom as Reitzel puts that right rear on the fence, and here comes Corey Day. Day now challenging Kofoid for the 2nd spot. They both go down to the bottom as Kofoid slips up the racetrack. Here comes Corey Day on the bottom, battling for 2nd. Kofoid has it, and Day wants it. Buddy Kofoid off the high side. You've got a new leader. What a move by Buddy Kofoid. Kofoid used a big move on the high side of the racetrack to lead at lap 10. He'll come together with a lap car, and now he's got 2 lap cars between himself and Aaron Reitzel. Reitzel threads the needle. What a move by Aaron Reitzel. Reitzel staying close as now Seb Wise challenging Corey Day for 3rd. And Sanders closing on him. Oh boy, here comes Parker Price Miller. PPM with a massive move. Oh boy, PPM to 3rd, Corey Day 4th, and they nearly come together. Oh, Seb tries to go around the outside to make a move. He's got to make an evasive move to get back around PPM. Battle for 3rd is on. Zeb Wise takes 3rd, and here comes Parker Price Miller. He'll try to slide. The 26 leaves a little bit of room. Zeb cuts underneath him. Corey Day takes the stop back. Throw a blanket over 3rd place battle into turn 1. It doesn't get much better than that. Zeb takes the spot, and PPM out of the cannon back into 3rd. Now Corey Day looks to take the spot back, but Parker Price Miller has it at the start-finish line. Day goes down to the bottom. Will he try to slide the 16TH? Yes, he will. Corey Day takes the spot, and here comes Seb. Seb takes the spot right back there, 3 wide off of turn number 2. What a battle for 3rd. Moves up Wise to 3rd, Corey Day 4th, and Parker Price Miller now 5th. And Justin Sanders rolling as a battle for the lead into turn number 3. Big move for the lead in turn 3. Slider. Aaron Reitzel's got it. They make contact. Reitzel leads at lap 17. Aaron Reitzel takes the lead back at lap number 17 with Buddy Kofoid trying to track him back down, and Corey Day into the 3rd spot now. Meanwhile, your leader, Aaron Reitzel, makes his way into turns 3 and 4 off at turn number 4. He'll take the white flag with 1 to go. Parker Price Miller side by side with Buddy Kofoid for the 2nd spot. PPM on the move. Kofoid gets the door car slant close into turn number 1. They nearly give a lap car a little bit of bump and off of turn number 2. PPM to the spot, but off of turn number 4. Aaron Reitzel wins the beach brawl. Second to Parker Price Miller. Third to Buddy Kofoid.
Cars on the Speedway for the first Dirt Draft Hot Lap session of the night. Got a few moments here to help pack in the surface. They did just have the tillers out here making some last-minute adjustments, so going to have the cars pace around for just a moment and pack the surface in. Let's tell you who's out on the racetrack right now. Making his way into turn number 3 out of Enumclaw, Washington. It's the Casey Kane racer, Mike Kerr, Brumo's Collection, Factory Kane Shocks, Kane Screen Print. Number 9, that's Casey Kane. Casey Kane in car number 9. And making his way off of turn number 4 now from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, the Sick Guard Engine Oil, Hample Oil, Mystic Lubricants, Western Flyer Express, Deathbridge Optical number 5T. That's Ryan Timms. Ryan Timms in the 5T. Coming across the flag stand now from Lemoore, California, the All Bar Your Alternative, Messina Valley Transportation, Tarleton and Son, Sage Family, Scott Boyd Family, Complete Parts and Equipment Solutions, number 41. It's Carson Macedo. Carson Macedo in the 41. And in turn number 1 now, from Columbia, Missouri, the Fisher Body Shop, S&S Nationwide, LRI, CNEX, Eagle Stop, Sorrell's Impact Signs, number 23, it's Garrett Williamson. Garrett Williamson in the 23. And behind him, he was the last guy into the pit area here tonight, and he's got the first pill draw as well. Kind of a little bit of a weird circumstance there for the driver to Canton, Illinois. That is the NOS Energy Drink. Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, Logan Contractors, Zip Bonds, TK Concrete, number 55 of Chris Wyndham. Chris Wyndham in the 55. And making his High Limit Racing debut tonight from Locust Grove, Oklahoma, the Dirty Air Ike's Performance, DKW Transport, Donna's Pool and Patio, Haas Hollids, number 25. It's Dason Pursley. Dason Pursley in the 25. Behind Pursley, making his way down the front stretch from Fredericktown, Missouri, the KO Motorsports, Gifford Homes, Cooper Racing Enterprises, number 79. That is Gage Montgomery. Gage Montgomery in the 79. Final driver on the racetrack for this session out of Athens, Illinois. The XK Grow, CAG Precision, MPV Express, Armitage Collision, the Line Life Chiropractic, number 7A of Will Armitage. Will Armitage in the 7A as we go green flag racing here in Dirt Draft Hot Lap session number 1. Fastest driver so far is Casey Kane. Now it's Carson Macedo at a 12.168. He is passed up by Garrett Williamson at a 12.065, so barely out of the 11-second bracket right now. Williamson, Wyndham, Kane, Macedo. Now Macedo goes to the top and into the 11-second bracket, so fastest so far in Dirt Draft Hot Laps, driving car number 41. It is Carson Macedo, 11.966, 11.966. Behind him, Garrett Williamson in second, 12.065. Chris Wyndham in third, 12.130. Casey Kane fourth at 12.153. And Ryan Timms, 12.195 in the fifth spot so far in Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Race fans, Dirt Draft will be the presenting sponsor of Hot Laps for every High Limit Racing event in 2024. The Dirt Draft app allows you to play against hundreds of dirt racing fans across the country. Simply select 5 drivers each night while staying under a $100,000 salary cap and accumulate points in the process. Use those points in the speed shop to buy all kinds of things. Download the Dirt Draft app today or visit dirtdraft.com for more information. New subscribers receive a free Kubota High Limit Racing t-shirt along with a bunch of promo codes to Deathbridge Optical, My Race Pass, GottaRace.com, and HuntTheFront.com. Drivers being allowed to pack the surface in there just a little bit for about 2 or so laps, and now back to green flag conditions here in the first Dirt Draft Hot Lap session of the night. We'll see if we can improve on the lap time set by Carson Macedo at 11.966. Chris Wyndham now into the 11-second bracket, second quickest at 11.993. Casey Kane and Ryan Timms now up to the top. As I say that, Macedo takes it right back away at 11.761. Checker flag waving from the flag stand. So fastest overall after the first session, still the 41 of Carson Macedo. That lap time has improved to an 11.689, 1.1689. Casey Kane second, 11.854. Garrett Williamson in third, 11.899. Ryan Timms, 11.933. And Chris Wyndham fifth quick at 11.958. Dason Pursley, Gage Montgomery, Will Armitage, the rest of the cars that were in that first session of the evening. More cars making their way onto the racetrack for Dirt Draft Hot Lap session number 2. And the first one onto the racetrack from St. Helena, California. It's the Rico Abreu, Kerbagajanian Racing, El Bandito, Yankee Tequila, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Arc Zone, Lucas Oil Products, number 24. It's Rico Abreu. Rico Abreu in car number 24. And lining up to his right from Lone Jack, Missouri, the KC Platinum Contracting, Jesse Hockett Racing, Dirt Track Souvenir, SNS Electrical, Jefferson Street Storage, number 73. That is Samuel Wagner. Samuel Wagner in the 73. And getting fired off now from Lebanon, Indiana, the True Timber Camo, Nice Cretan Landis Block, JRC Transportation, High Performance Lubricants, PhilPools.com, number 5. That is Spencer Baston. Spencer Baston in car number 5. Also on the Speedway from Lemoore, California, the Honest Abe Roofing, Metal Supply Depot, FK Shocks, number 16T. It's Cole Macedo. Cole Macedo in the 16T. And his fellow Californian rolls right behind him. Out of Clovis, California, the Driven to Save Lives, Sander Engineering, Four Seas Construction, Oxley Plumbing, SinCal. Number 14 BC, it's Corey Day. Corey Day in the 14 BC. And making his way into turn number 3 now from Waco, Texas, the All-Bogger Alternative, Iowa Barnstormers, Des Moines Industrial Products, Central Iowa Sheds, number 2KS. It's Chase Randall. Chase Randall in the 2KS. Final driver in this session from Monrovia, Indiana, the Avanti Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Water Treatment by Design, CoastalRaceParts.com, number 13. It is Justin Peck. Justin Peck in the 13, green flag, waving once again from the flag stand. It is now Macedo at the top. As I say that, Peck able to move into P2 now at 11.707. Rico Abreu up to the 3rd spot, 11.775. Corey Dane out of P2, 11.706. So fastest driver in that session and second overall. In car number 14 BC, it's Corey Day, 11.706, 1.1706. Carson Macedo still fastest overall, 11.689. Then Day, then Justin Peck at 11.707. Rico Abreu, 11.775. And Cole Macedo at 11.797. Third Dirt Draft Hot Lap session making its way onto the racetrack. They're led out by the driver that lives just about 20 minutes away from Lake Ozark Speedway from Gravelous Mills, Missouri. The Ozark Barge and Dock, Wet Steps, High Performance Lubricants, Hibden Gravel, Kenny's Tile, number 3 of Ayrton Jeniton. Ayrton Jeniton in car number 3. And to his right on the front straightaway from Overland Park, Kansas, the J.B. Henderson Construction, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Smith Titanium, Miller Bonded, Giacomo's Vineyard, number 45X. That is Jace Park. Jace Park in the 45X. And from Odessa, Missouri, the Motor Haven, Schnee Lawson Chassis, Design Source Flooring, Able Group, TNT Equine, number 74. It's Xavier Doney. Xavier Doney in the 74. And making his Highland Racing debut tonight from Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Bob Hurley RV X9 Chassis, Tulsa Sod and Mulch, Outlaw Wings, Eaton Industrial, number 22M. It's Reese Moran. Reese Moran in the 22M. And the current points leader with the Midweek Money Series out of Indianapolis, Indiana, the NOS Energy Drink, Elliot's Custom Trailers and Carts, Spire Motorsports, number 7 BC. It's Sunshine, Tyler Courtney. Tyler Courtney in the 7 BC. And also making his Highland Racing debut tonight from Dexter, Missouri, the Amick Burnett Funeral Chapel, Scott County Crematory, Schaefer's Oil, Brown Construction, number 50K. It's Kyle Bellum. Kyle Bellum in the 50K. Final driver in this session from Hanover, Pennsylvania, the Pell's Tire Service, RF Knox Company, the Auto Barn, number 1A. It is Jacob Allen. Jacob Allen in the 1A. Green flag comes out on the 4th. the third hot lap session of the night. Nobody into the top 10 here in this session so far. Fastest, it looks like, is Jacob Allen in 12th at a 12:00:09. Then it's Tyler Courtney in 13th. There goes a driver into the top 10. It is Jacob Allen, 7th quickest now at 11:08:72. So fastest in that session and 7th overall, the 1A of Jacob Allen, 11:08:72. Still the fastest driver overall here in Dirt Draft Hot Laps is Carson Macedo, 11:06:89. Corey Day, 11:07:06. Justin Peck, 11:07:07. Rico Abreu, 11:07:75. And Cole Macedo, 11:07:97. The top 5 so far. Fourth group now making its way onto the racetrack from Lone Jack, Missouri. That's the Jesse Hockett Racing, Casey Platinum Contracting, Dirt Track Souvenir, Jesse Hockett Scholarship Fund, Wagner Boys Racing number 77. It is Jack Wagner. Jack Wagner in the 77. And to his outside from Visalia, California, the Commercial Edge, Rasmussen Service Center, Elliott's Custom Trailers, Fulkins Brothers Trucking, Fat Ed's Eyewear, number 8. That is Corey Eliason. Corey Eliason in car number 8. And his outside, making his Highland Racing debut here tonight from California, Missouri, the Elite Turf, Dirt-X Industries, Bow 9 Junction, Blank's backhoe number 75. That is Tyler Blank. Tyler Blank in the 75. Getting pushed off on the front straightaway now from Angola, Indiana, the Sundollar Restoration, Ford Performance, Sage Fruit, Race Redeem Foundation, Hager Riley, number 26. It's Zeb Wise. Zeb Wise in the 26. And currently 4th in the World of Outlaws, NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series point standings. Making his way down the back straightaway from Fresno, California, the Logan Contractor, Ted's Body Shop, Bobcat, Armor Electric, Aspen Air. Number 18, it's Hot Sauce, Giovanni Selzy. Gio Selzy in the 18. And the most recent winner with Kubota Highland Racing makes his way off at turn number 4 now from Elk Grove, California. The FloRacing, Finley Farms, HendrickCars.com, Fulkins Brothers Trucking, Works Limited, JVI Group, number 57 of Young Money, Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson in the 57. And behind Larson on the front straighter from Higginsville, Missouri, the Impact Signs, the Casey's FVP, Andy's Frozen Custard, Impact Signs, Dittsville Transfer, Colby Ridge, number 21 of Blackjack, Brian Brown. Final car in this session from Bellevue, Ohio, the Blue Emu, Bikini Zone, Shave Gel, Amalie Oil, Tub of Towels, Ohio Logistics, number 2 MD, that is Cap Henry. Cap Henry in the 2 MD, green flag is back out. Fastest so far is Kyle Larson. He's 7th quickest at 11:08:56 here in Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Next best appears to be Gio Selzy at 13th quickest at 11:09:60. We've got 14 drivers into the 11-second bracket as the checkered flag comes out. And it looks like the fastest in that group will remain Kyle Larson, 11:08:56. He is 7th overall. Carson Macedo still fastest at 11:06:89. Then Corey Day, Justin Peck, Rico Abreu, Cole Macedo, the top 5. Then it's Casey Kane, Larson, Jacob Allen, Chase Randall, and Garrett Williamson, the top 10. That is 29 of 44 cars so far have made their way onto the Speedway for this practice session. Now the next cars making their way on as well from Sedalia, Missouri, the Impact Signs, Awnings and Wraps, G&T Farms, A Masonry Materials, Starline Brass. Next LED, number 21R, it is Gunnar Ramey. Gunnar Ramey in the 21R. And parked next to him on the front stretch from Apollo, Pennsylvania, the Mercedes Motorsports, Ducati of Pittsburgh, Diesel Property Management, MAV Motorsports, number 42. It is Cy Lynch. Cy Lynch in the 42. And from Arlington, Tennessee, the FSR Radiators, Estelle Truck Repair, Driven Racing Oil, England Machine and Tool, number 23B, it's Brian Bell. Brian Bell in the 23B. And from Lubbock, Texas, the High Plains Building Division, Carbon Safety Technology, Lubbock Wrecker, 5 Nights Truck Accessories, ShopTruckParts.com, number 1 of Brenham Crouch. Brenham Crouch in car number 1. And rolling by him on the inside from Kokomo, Indiana, the Chalk Sticks Torsion Bars Town Line Variety Indy Race Parts High Performance Lubricants number 9P, the law firm Parker Price Miller. Parker Price Miller in the 9P. And going down the back straightaway now from Myerstown, Pennsylvania, the M&M Painting and Construction, McGrewBid.com, Baps Paint, Livewire Customs number 19. That is Brent Marks. Brent Marks in the 19. And the final driver in this session, he's tied for 5th in points right now with the Midweek Money Series out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, the Smith Titanium Factory Cane, Max Moraso, Messina Light Transportation, Hall Vodka, Ron Gross Motorsports, number 88 of Tanner Thorson. Tanner Thorson in the 88 as we go Green Flag Racing. Green flag conditions here in hot lap session number 5. Fastest so far, it is Brent Marks, 11th quick at 11.903. The next best, you have to go pretty far down the list. As I say that, it looks like Marks just went a little bit faster. But Tanner Thorson is 16th as the checkered and yellow come out. Fastest in that session, the 19 of Brent Marks, 11 quick, actually makes it into the top 10 there on his last lap, 11.899, 11.899. Tanner Thorson, 16th quick in that group. Those were the two fastest. Carson Macedo, Corey Day, Justin Peck, Rico Abreu, and Cole Macedo remain the top 5. So nobody's been able to jump into the top 5 since about the second hot lap group. This will be our final hot lap session of the night for Kubota Highland Racing. First car rolling on in this final session is from Sikeston, Missouri, the branch event venue, Hybrid Foundation Service, Inland Rigging, Marchant Cattle Company, Eddie Gilstrap Motors, number 19H. It's 100% Hunter Schurenberg. Hunter Schurenberg in the 19H. And next to him from Terre Haute, Indiana, the Honest Abe Roofing Metal Supply Depot, number 16TH. It's Kevin Newton. Kevin Newton in the 16TH. And next to Kevin from Alice Springs, Northern Territory, Australia, the Mobile One Toyota Racing Development, Roth Enterprises, HR Livestock Transportation, number 83. The driver is James McFadden. James McFadden, car number 83. And another driver making his Highland Racing debut tonight from Marshall, Missouri, the Trimble Real Estate, Majors Construction, Ozark Barge and Dock, Surebelt Suspension, Superior Lawn, number 98P of Miles Paulus. Miles Paulus in the 98P. And the current points leader with Kubota Highland Racing makes his way off at turn number 4. The 5-time World of Outlaws champion from Grass Valley, California. The Casey Kane Racer, Mike Kerb. Napa Auto Parts, Brumo's Collection. Max Moraso's number 49. The Big Cat, Brad Sweet. Brad Sweet in car number 49. And in the center of turns 3 and 4 from Adel, Iowa, the KRM Custom Homes, Tanzanite Homes, Carl Coons Agency, Right Choice Shearing, Rev Tech, number 1K of Kelby Watt. Kelby Watt in the 1K. Final driver in this session off at turn number 4 now from St. Mary's, New South Wales, Australia, the BR Motorsports Titan Machinery, Lead Installation Zip-Ons, Keen Racing Products, number 55V, the Madman, Kerry Madsen. Kerry Madsen in the 55V as we go green on the final hot lap session of the night. So far, Kerry Madsen, the best of this group. As I say that, Hunter Schurenberg jumps into the top 10. 9th overall, 19H car at 11.879. Kerry Madsen, 14th quick at 11.948. And then Brad Sweet, 19th at 12.014. So that will do it for Dirt Draft Hot Laps here tonight. Fastest in that final group was Hunter Schurenberg, his 9th quick at 11.879. But the fastest overall this evening, driving car number 41, it's Carson Macedo, 11.689, 1.1689. Corey Day, Justin Peck, Rico Abreu, Cole Macedo, the top 5. Then Casey Kane, Kyle Larson, Jacob Allen, Hunter Schurenberg, and Chase Randall, the top 10 here in Dirt Draft Hot Laps tonight. Next up will be Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. 2 cars on the racetrack at the same time. They will go for 2 laps around the Speedway. The best of those 2 laps will line them up for their heat race later on this evening. The track record was set here back on October 19th of 2019. It was set by Jason Sides. The time is 11.111, so we were well off the pace of that track record. 11.111 by Jason Sides about 4 years ago. Capital Renegade Custom Trailers and Coaches are the #1 Renegade Toterhome dealer and the #1 Intech trailer dealer. No one sells more Toterhomes or Intech trailers than Capital Renegade Custom Trailers and Coaches. If you're in the market for a Toterhome or a trailer, trust the people that are there in the pits with you and that support the sport. Check out their complete lineup at capitalrenegade.com. We've got a lot of great upcoming events on FloRacing. If you are a fan of not just wing sprint cars, we've got all kinds of great stuff for you, including American flat track motorcycles at the DeCoin Mile in Illinois, July 6th. That's coming up here pretty quickly, as well as the Short Track Super Series, the big block modifieds at Bridgeport and Outlaw Speedway on July 7th and 11th. USAC Mid-America Midget Week coming up at Red Dirt, Beloit, and Jefferson County. A lot of other stuff on there as well. We've got cars making their way onto the Speedway for qualifying. First 2 onto the racetrack out of Canton, Illinois. That is the NOS Energy Drink, Logan Contractor, Elliott's Custom Trailers, TK Concrete, Zip Bonds 55, and Chris Wyndham. And also on the Speedway from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, the Sick Guard, Angel Oil, Hample Oil, Mystic Lubricants, Western Flyer Express, Deathridge Optical, number 5T of Ryan Timms. So here's lap #1 for Chris Wyndham. It's a 12.136, 1.2136. Ryan Timms goes up to an 11.575. That's the best lap we've seen so far here tonight. 1.1575 for Timms on lap 1. Lap #2 for Chris Wyndham, better to a 12.014. And for Timms on lap 2, he slows down to an 11.727. But that 11.575, the best lap we've seen so far here tonight at Lake Ozark Speedway. Next on the racetrack from Columbia, Missouri, the Fisher Body Shop, S&S Nationwide, LRI, CNEX, Eagle Stop, Sorrell's Impact, signs number 23, that is Garrett Williamson. And also on the racetrack from Enumclaw, Washington, the Casey Kane Race with Mike Kerr, Bruno's Collection, Factory Kane Shocks, Kane Screen Print number 9 of Casey Kane. Casey Kane in the 9, Garrett Williamson in the 23. Williamson coming around turn number 4 right now to complete his opening lap, and it will be good enough for third quick at a 12.107, 1.2107. Casey Kane on lap 1, he goes to third now at 12.028, 1.2028. Williamson off the 4th corner. Lap #2 is better, up to second quick at 11.982, 1.1982. And Casey Kane on lap #2 at a 12.289. He'll take the first one at 12.028. Casey Kane 4th, and Garrett Williamson 2nd here in Flight A of Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. 2 more cars on the racetrack from Athens, Illinois. The XK Glow, CHE Precision, MPV Express, Armitage Collision, Align Life, Chiropractic number 7A of Will Armitage. And also on the racetrack from Fredericktown, Missouri, the KO Motorsports, Gifford Homes, Cooper Racing Enterprises number 79 of Gage Montgomery. Gage Montgomery in the 79, Will Armitage in the 7A. Armitage 1 start this year with Highlander Racing, came back at the Tri-City Speedway. Lap #1 is 5th quick at 12.428, and Montgomery is 6th quick at 12.512, 1.2512. Will Armitage off at turn number 4 for lap #2. It's going to be better at 12.144, and also better is Gage Montgomery at 12.264. Neither of those drivers will improve their position, however, 5th and 6th respectively for Will Armitage and Gage Montgomery. Next up, the fastest driver overall in hot laps earlier on this evening. From Lemoore, California, the all-bar your alternative, the CML Transportation, Tarleton & Son, Sage Family, Scott Boyd Family, Complete Parts and Equipment Solutions, number 41 at Carson Macedo. And also on the racetrack from Locust Grove, Oklahoma, the Dirty Air, Ice Performance, DKW Transport, Donna's Pool and Patio, Haas Hollands, number 25 of Dason Pursley. Dason Pursley in the 25, Carson Macedo in the 41. Carson Macedo on lap #1. He will go 4th, make that 5th quick at 12.125. And Pursley on lap 1, he goes 7th quick at 12.213. So Macedo on lap 1, 12.125. Best finish here, a 5th place result in 2021. He goes 2nd quick, 11.946, 1.1946. And Pursley moves up to 6th quick at 12.119. So Carson Macedo 2nd, Dason Pursley in 6th so far. On the track next, from St. Helena, California, the Rico Abreu, Kerbagajanian Racing, El Bandido, Yankee Tequila, Messina Valley Transportation, Art Zone, Lucas Oil Products, number 24 of Rico Abreu, and also on the Speedway from Monrovia, Indiana, the Avanti Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Water Treatment by Design, CoastalRaceParts.com, number 13 of Justin Peck. Justin Peck in the 13 and Rico Abreu in the 24. Abreu about to come across the line for lap number 1, and it will be 8th quick at 12:235, 1:22.35. Peck goes to 2nd quick, 11:805, 1:1805. Justin Peck to P2 on lap 1. Rico Abreu looking for an improvement. He will get it to 3rd quick, 11:853, 1:1853, and Peck on lap number 2. He runs the exact same time as Rico did, but his first lap was better, 11:805. 2nd for Peck and 3rd for Abreu. On the track next, from Waco, Texas, the all-Bogger Alternative, Iowa Barnstormers, Des Moines Industrial Products, Central Iowa Sheds, number 2 KS, it's Chase Randall. And also on the Speedway from Clovis, California, the Sander Engineering, Four Seas Construction, Autry Plumbing, SynCal, driven to save lives. And we've got problems as Corey Day is off the pace in turn number 3. He's looking down in the cars, trying to see if anything's wrong. He can notice from there. Corey Day coming in off of a fantastic effort at the Skagit Speedway in Alger, Washington. Got a win that was worth $76,500 at the Dirt Cup last Saturday night. And prior to that, I got a World of Outlaws win over at the Knoxville Raceway against a field of over 60 cars. It's been a few good weeks for Corey Day, but tonight things are off on the wrong foot, as he will not get a lap in. If they can make repairs, he can come out at the end of qualifying and get 1 lap on the clock. We'll see if they can make the repairs necessary to that Jason Myers Racing number 14 car. So we'll have just one at a time now for this little session. It'll be Chase Randall by himself out there. Chase Randall does have some experience here at the Lake Ozark Speedway. Finished 3rd with the ASCS National Tour in 2021. This is his first ever 410 start here, however. Here's the green flag for Randall. Coming off of a 7th place result at the Eagle Raceway in Nebraska with High Level Racing the last time we were in action 2 weeks ago. Lap number 1 is to the 2nd position, 11.670. 11.670. 2nd quick for Chase Randall on lap number 1. Lap number 2 for the quickest chicken. Can he get there? He cannot. 11.959. Lap number 1 was faster, 11.670. He is 2nd quick so far, Chase Randall in the 2KS. Next up, from Lemoore, California, the Honest Abe Roofing, Metal Supply Depot, FK Shocks, number 16T of Cole Macedo. And also on the Speedway from Lone Jack, Missouri, the KC Platinum Contracting, Jesse Hockett Racing, Dirt Track Souvenir, S&S Electrical, Jefferson Street Swords, number 73 of Samuel Wagner. Samuel Wagner in the 73 and Cole Macedo in the 16T. Macedo on lap number 1. He'll go 3rd quick, 11.716, 1:17.16. Samuel Wagner at 13th quick at 12.452, 1:2.452. Cole Macedo on lap number 2 is going to go better, but stay in that 3rd spot, 11.687, 1:16.87. Wagner slows down on lap number 2. He'll take the first one at 12.452. He was 13th. Meanwhile, Cole Macedo 3rd overall so far. From Lebanon, Indiana, the True Timber Camo, Nice Crete Landis Block, JRC Transportation, High Performance Lubricants, PhilPools.com, number 5 of Spencer Baston, and also on the Speedway from Overland Park, Kansas, the J.B. Henderson Construction, Messina Valley Transportation, Smith Titanium, Miller Bond, and Giacomo's Vineyard, number 45X of Chase Park. Chase Park in the 45X, Spencer Baston in the 5. Spencer Baston on lap number 1. It's going to be 5th quick at 11.821, 1:18.21. Park on lap 1 is 14th quick at 12.270. He's got a little bit of an issue right there in turn 2. Nearly dumped it down there. Hangs on to it, keeps on going. Lap 2 for Baston goes to 4th quick, 11.746, 1:17.46. And Park will certainly slow down to a 13.006. The first lap better at 12.270. He was 14th. Meanwhile, Baston was 4th. 6 cars left here in this first flight of qualifying. The driver that currently leads the Midweek Money Series point standings on the racetrack now from Indianapolis, Indiana. The NOS Energy Drink, Elling's Custom Trailers and Cars, Spire Motorsports number 7 BC of Sunshine, Tyler Courtney, and making his Highland Racing debut from Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Bob Hurley RV, X9 Chassis, Tulsa Sod Mulch, Outlaw Wings, Eaton Industrial number 22M. It is Reese Moran. Tyler Courtney on lap number 1 will be 13th quick at 12.185, 1.2185. Moran on lap 1 is a 12.460, 1.2460. That is 17th so far. And Tyler Courtney on lap 2, it's a big improvement up to 6th quick at 11.822, 1.1822. Moran jumps up a spot to 16th quick at 12.358, 1.2358. Reese Moran 16th and Tyler Courtney in 6th. From Dexter, Missouri, it's the Amick Burnett Funeral Chapel, Scott County Crematory, Schaefer's Oil, Brown Construction, number 50K of Kyle Bellum. And also on the racetrack from Gravelly's Mills, Missouri, the Ozark Barge and Dock Wet Steps, High Performance Lubricants, Hibden Gravel, Kenny's Tile, number 3 of Ayrton Geniton. Ayrton Geniton in the 3, Kyle Bellum in the 50K. Bellum tonight in his Highland Racing debut. Lap number 1 for the 50K is 14th quick at 12.222, 1.2222. Bell on the prom off of turn number 2. Lap 1 for Geniton is 13th quick at 12.136, 1.2136. Bellum on lap 2 looking for an improvement. Probably not going to find it after that issue in turn number 2. It's a 12.815. First one better at 12.222. Geniton to 8th quick at 11.934, 1.1934. 8th quick for Ayrton Geniton and 15th quick for Kyle Bellum. Only a couple of cars left to take a time here in this first flight. Next up, from Hanover, Pennsylvania, the Pell's Tire Service, RF Knox Company, the Auto Barn, number 1A, it's Jacob Allen. And also on the racetrack from Odessa, Missouri, the Motor Haven, Schnee Lawson Chassis, Design Source Flooring, Able Group, TNT Equine, number 74 of Xavier Doney. Xavier Doney in the 74, Jacob Allen in the 1A. Jacob trying to run the middle of the racetrack in 3 and 4, and it's not going to work. 16th quick at 12.242, 1.2242. Xavier Doney, 20th quick at 12.404. Jacob Allen, former World of Outlaws winner here at Lake Ozark during the Jason Johnson Classic. Lap number 2 is better to 13th quick at 12.069, 1.2069. And better for Doney. He jumps over Jacob Allen, and Doney goes 13th quick at 12.029. So Xavier Doney 13th and Jacob Allen 14th. And we'll see if Corey Day can make it out. Does not look like that is going to be the case for Corey Day. And so he will end up in 22nd overall in Flight A as we begin Flight B now. First 2 cars are led out by the driver out of Higginsville, Missouri, the Casey's FVP, Andy's Frozen Custard, Impact Signs, Disfeld Transfer, Colby Ridge, number 21 of Blackjack, Brian Brown, and the former All-Star Circuit Champions winner here from Bellevue, Ohio, the Blue Emu, Bikini Zone Shave Gel, Amberley Oil, Tub of Towels, Ohio Logistics, number 2 MD of Cap Henry. Cap Henry in the 2 MD, Brian Brown in the 21. Brownie a little bit tight there on the cushion in turn 4. It's a 12.146, 1.2146. Cap Henry on lap 1. He goes a 12.229, 1.2229. Cap Henry fresh off an Ohio Speed Week title a few weeks back. Lap number 2 for Brownie is better at 12.032, 1.2032. Cap Henry is going to slow down to a 12.277. First lap better at 12.229. Brian Brown P1, Cap Henry P2 so far in Flight B. Next up from Elk Grove, California, the FloRacing, Finley Farms, HenderCars.com, Fulkins Brothers Trucking, Works Limited, JVI Group number 57 of Kyle Larson, and also on the racetrack from California, Missouri, the Elite Turf, DirtX Industries, Bonine Junction, Blank's Backhoe number 75 of Tyler Blank. Tyler Blank in the 75 and Kyle Larson in the 57. Larson, the most recent win with the series at Eagle Raceway 2 weeks ago. He goes to 2nd quick on lap 1 at 12.053, 1.2053. Tyler Blank at 12.685, 1.2685 for car number 75 on lap 1. Lap number 2 for Kyle Larson is going to slow down. Actually, it's going to go better to 12.050. I believe he ran the same time twice in a row there. So Kyle Larson 2nd and Tyler Blank 4th. Blank's 2nd time was better at 12.628. Good enough for 4th so far. Clocking in next from Fresno, California, the Logan Contractor, Ted's Body Shop, Bobcat, Armor Electric, Aspen Air, number 18 of Hot Sauce, Giovanni Selzy. And also on the racetrack from Lone Jack, Missouri, the Jesse Hockett Racing, Casey Platinum Contracting, Dirt Track Souvenir, Jesse Hockett Scholarship Fund, Wagner Boys Racing, number 77 of Jack Wagner. Jack Wagner in the 77, Gio Scelzi in the 18. Lap 1 for Scelzi is going to be third quick at 12.061, 1.2061. Wagner's fifth quick at 12.355, 1.2355. Scelzi trying to make it smoothly around the outside in 3 and 4. Lap number 2 is to the top, 11.828, 1.1828 to the top for Gio Scelzi, and fourth quick for Jack Wagner on lap number 2 at 12.216. So Scelzi now P1 in flight B, and Jack Wagner fourth here in the second flight as well. Next onto the Speedway from Visalia, California, the Commercial Edge, Rasmussen Service Center, Elliott's Custom Trailers, Fulkins Brothers Trucking, Fatheads Iowa, number 8 of Corey Eliason. And also on the Speedway from Angola, Indiana, the Sundollar Restoration, Ford Performance, Sage Fruit, Race Redeem Foundation, number 26 of Zeb Wise. Zeb Wise in the 26, Corey Eliason in the 8. Zeb, fresh off a prelim night win at the Dirt Cup at Skagit Speedway. Lap 1 for Corey is second quick, 11.973, 1.1973. And Corey about dumps it in turn number 2. Zeb goes up to seventh quick at 12.273, 1.2273. Corey Eliason on lap number 2 is going to slow down to an 12.919, 1.2919. And Zeb on lap 2 goes up to fifth quick at 12.167, 1.2167. Zeb Wise fifth, and Corey Eliason lays down a ripper at 11.973, P2 so far for him. This guy has been very fast here on the Highland Racing Tour as of recent. From Kokomo, Indiana, the Chalk 6 Torsion Bars, Town Line Variety, Indy Race Parts, High Performance Lubricants, number 9, Pia Parker Price Miller. And also on the racetrack from Lubbock, Texas, the High Plains Building Division, Carbon Safety Technology, Lubbock Wrecker, 5 Nights Truck Accessories Shop, TruckCarts.com, number 1 of Brenham Crouch. Brenham Crouch in the 1 and Parker Price Miller in the 9P. PPM on lap number 1, he is going to go 8th quick at 12.257, and Crouch is 6th quick at 12.178. So good first lap there for Brenham Crouch. We'll see if either of these drivers can jump into the top half of the first 10 qualifiers so far. PPM is going to go faster but stay 9th, and Crouch will go a little bit slower on lap number 2. His lap a 12.178 for P6, and Parker Price Miller at 12.235 is 9th of 10 so far. Next up from Myerstown, Pennsylvania, the M&M Painting and Construction, McGrewBid.com, Babs Paint, Livewire Customs, number 19 of Brent Marks, and also on the racetrack from Apollo, Pennsylvania, the Mercedes Motorsports, Ducati Pittsburgh, Diesel Property Management, Mab Motorsports, number 42 at Cy Lynch. Cy Lynch in the 42, Brent Marks in the 19. Brent Marks coming off of turn number 4. Was 8th here with the Outlaws on 2 different occasions in the past. He's 5th quick on lap 1 at 12.104, 1.2104. Cy Lynch on lap number 2 is going to go to 11th quick at 12.461, 1.2461. Lap number 2 for Brent is going to go up to the 3rd spot, 11.9099, 1.1999. 3rd quick for Brent Marks, and Cy Lynch on lap 2 is going to slow down to a 12.801. First lap better at 12.461. He's 11th quick. Brent Marks is 3rd. On the Speedway next, from Sedalia, Missouri, the Impact Signs, Awnings and Wraps, G&T Farms, A Masonry Materials, Starline Brass, Next LED number 21R, it's Gunnar Ramey. And also on the Speedway from Arlington, Tennessee, the FSR Radiators, Estelle Truck Repair, Driven Racing Oil, and Engler Machine and Tool number 23B of Brian Bell. Brian Bell in the 23B, Gunnar Ramey in the 21R. Boy, you cannot miss the 21 car getting around the racetrack. That thing is bright as could be. He's going to be 13th quick on lap 1 at 12.859, 1.2859. And Brian Bell's 11th quick at 12.336, 1.2336. Gunnar Ramey making his second start of the season with Kubota Highland Racing. Lap number 2 is going to go faster to a 12.661. And Brian Bell on lap number 2, he will go a little bit slower at a 12.926. First lap better at 12.336. He is 11th. Meanwhile, Ramey is 14th. 8 more cars to qualify in Flight B. From Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, the Smith Titanium, Factory Cane, Maximum Racer, Messianic Transportation, Hall of Honor, Ron Gross Motorsports, number 88 of Tanner Thorson. And also on the Speedway from Sykeston, Missouri, the Branch Event Venue, Hybrid Foundation Service, Inland Rigging, Marshall and Cattle Company, Eddie Gill Strut Motors, number 19H of Hunter Schurenberg. Hunter Schurenberg in the 19H, and Tanner Thorson in the 88. Thorson for lap number 1. He's 12th quick at 12.361, 1.2361. Hunter Schurenberg on lap 1 is 12th quick now at 12.350, 1.2350. Tanner Thorson, former POWRi Midget winner here in the past. Lap number 2 is better to 11th quick at 12.334, 1.2334. And Schoenberg's now 11th quick at 12.246. So Thorson went 13th and Schoenberg stole it. Then he went 11th and Schoenberg stole it once again. So Schoenberg 11th and Thorson in 12th. This guy was pretty fast earlier on in hot laps on the Speedway next from St. Mary's, New South Wales, Australia. The BR Motorsports, Titan Machinery, Elite Installations, Zip-Ons, King Racing Products, number 55V of Kerry Madsen. And also on the Speedway from Grass Valley, California, the Casey Kane Racer, Mike Kerr, Napa Auto Parts, Bruno's Collection, Maxima Racers, number 49 of Brad Sweet. Lap number 1 for Kerry Madsen will be 12th quick at 12.307, 1.2307. And for Sweet on lap 1, he is 6th quick at 12.155, 1.2155. Lap number 2 for Kerry Madsen, it's going to be 11th quick at 12.229, 1.2229. Brad Sweet on lap number 2 is 2nd quick, 11.953, 1.1953. Brad Sweet late in the going goes 2nd quick in car number 49. Meanwhile, Kerry Madsen 11th of 18 so far. Next up from Adel, Iowa, it's KRM Custom Homes, Tanzanite Homes, Carl Coods Agency, Right Choice Shearing, Rev Tech number 1, K of Kelby Watt. And also on the racetrack from Terre Haute, Indiana, the Honest Abe Roofing, Metal Supply Depot number 16, TH of Kevin Newton. Kevin Newton in the 16 TH, Kelby Watt in the 1K. And I was looking at my papers here with the sponsors on it, did not see that Kevin Newton had gone around in turn number 4. And the caution lights blink on here towards the end of Capital Custom Trailer qualifying.
Chase, the top of the track down here. Sounds like you guys got a replay coming up.
Yeah, I'll take a look at a replay. What happened to Kevin Newton real quick. And Newton goes into the corner, hooks the cushion, and that car gets all upset on him and comes to rest almost high-centered on the cushion that's built up midway through or towards the end of qualifying here, Tony, as we've seen a lot of guys struggling to get around the top of the racetrack so far.
Yeah, that's all I was going to say. I wasn't sure if there was going to be a replay or not, but I just made my way over here to 3 and 4 because I was watching Hunter Schoenberg's qualifying lap, and both he and Tanner Thorson, who were out on track together, were really having a, I don't want to say a tough time, but it's definitely getting a little technical up around the top of 3 and 4. I think that's the nice way to put it, and that's all that happened to Kevin Newton as that replay showed. He just hooks the top of the curb there and goes around at the middle of 3 and 4.
Kevin Newton coming off a busy stretch, just ran 4 races in 4 nights with his own Maverick Wing Sprint Car Series through the state of Indiana. A successful week for him and that brand new series to 2024 as the green lights come back on as Kelby Watt takes the green flag. Kevin Newton on lap number 1 is going to be a 12.780, 1.2780. Kelby Watt on lap number 1 is 10th quick, 12.226, 1.2226. Good first lap for Kelby Watt. Lap number 2 for Kevin Newton is going to be slower to a 12.801, and Kelby Watt on lap number 2 is better, 8th quick, 12.170, 1.2170. Great lap for Kelby Watt. He's 8th quick. Meanwhile, Kevin Newton 20th with 2 cars left to come out. From Alice Springs, Northern Territory, Australia, the Mobile One Toyota Racing Development, Roth Enterprises, HR Livestock Transportation number 83. This is James McFadden. And also joining him for his Highland Racing debut from Marshall, Missouri, the Trimble Real Estate, Majors Construction, Ozark Barge and Dock, Sherbolt Suspension, Superior Lawn, number 98P of Miles Paulus. Miles Paulus in the 98P and James McFadden in the 83. McFadden worked the cushion good right there. He's 10th quick on lap 1, 12.198, 1.2198. Paulus 13.103 on lap number 1, 1.3103. McFadden now going to try and run the bottom to the middle in 3 and 4. Lap number 2 is going to slow down to a 12.394. And for Miles Paulus on lap number 2, he goes slower as well at 13.571. So James McFadden 10th and Miles Paulus 22nd. Does not look like Corey Day will make it out, and that is going to do it here for Capital Custom Trailer qualifying tonight at the Lake Ozark Speedway. We've got a lap for you watching home on Flow. This is your quick time qualifier overall, driving car number 5T. It is Ryan Timms. Ryan Timms, quickest overall in Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. He's get a good look at his lap right here when it was still relatively early in the going. The cushion was nowhere near built up to as large as it is now here towards the end of that qualifying session. And Tim's able to navigate around pretty nicely and grab himself a 11.575. Good enough for P1 overall. Chase Randall was second in Flight A. Cole Macedo third. Spencer Baston fourth. And Justin Peck fifth in Flight A. Meanwhile, Flight B, top five, Gio Selzy, Brad Sweet, Corey Eliason, Brent Marks, and Brian Brown. Tony Laporta, pretty exciting qualifying session there. Guys getting right up on the lip, and I think you got to maybe going to show us a little bit of that down there.
We're going to rip the lip. Shaka, brah. That's what they say where you're from in California, Chase. I just wanted to show everyone how tall the curb has gotten up here. The cushion has gotten around the top, really, of turn 3, but it stays pretty high all the way over to the middle of turn number 4. They've got a really big tractor coming towards us right now, but I just wanted to show you guys how gnarly. They're ripping the lip out here in Capital Custom Trailers qualifying. Gabe, we're going to bail before that tractor runs us over, folks. The Beach Brawl here at Lake Ozark Speedway is getting ready to kick things off with opening ceremonies coming up next. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be back with more live coverage here on FloRacing.
When it comes to magneto ignition performance, there's only one name that you can trust, and that's BR Motorsports Ignitioneering. Servicing the racing industry for over 30 years, our state-of-the-art Magneto Dyno Test Lab facility is equipped with the most technically advanced equipment available. And that's why crew chiefs like Paul Silva and Philip Dietz choose BR for all their ignition